No one saw this coming because for the longest time, it looked like Phoebe's story was heading toward the perfect little family setup with Chase and Brooklyn. That's what General Hospital wanted us to believe. A stable home, a fresh start, a baby finally bringing healing into all this chaos. But now, guys, the cracks are everywhere. And the more I look at Ethan, the more convinced I am that this entire thing was never as simple as it looked. Because Ethan is acting like a father, not officially, not publicly, but emotionally, absolutely. And if you ask me, the signs have been there for weeks. General Hospital and ABC still haven't confirmed that Ethan is Phoebe's biological father, but honestly, the writing feels all over the wall right now. Ethan's reactions around that little girl are too personal, too heavy. He watches Phoebe differently. He protects her differently. There's guilt in his eyes every single time Delilah gets mentioned. That's not random concern. That's grief mixed with responsibility. It seems that Ethan came back to town already carrying this secret. And here's the wild part. I don't even think Ethan originally planned to take Phoebe back. I think he wanted Chase and Brooklyn to raise her seriously. Look at Ethan's behavior since returning. He kept his distance emotionally, almost like a guy trying to convince himself that another couple could give his daughter the life he never could. There's a strong chance Ethan blamed himself for Delilah's death. That guilt probably destroyed him. I can actually picture Ethan alone somewhere late at night, holding that last photo of Delilah, crying quietly before burning it because he can't stand the memories anymore. That image, honestly, fits where this story feels like it's heading. And then there's Sidwell. Guys, I do not think Ethan's hatred towards Sidwell is random either. This could mean Sidwell had something to do with Delilah dying. Ethan targeting him feels personal, deeply personal, like revenge wrapped inside grief. Ethan may have stayed quiet because Phoebe was safe with Chase and Brooklyn, but if he finds proof Sidwell caused Delilah's death, everything changes. Because then Ethan stops being the wandering outsider. Then he becomes a father with nothing left to lose. And now the situation with Chase and Brooklyn is collapsing so fast that Ethan may feel forced to step in. That's the first major reason this custody situation could explode. The cheating scandal. If Chase really gets dragged into this mess involving Willow, then Brooklyn is going to lose it. I'm sorry, but there's just no way Brooklyn quietly forgives something like that, especially after everything they already survived. A betrayal like this destroys trust instantly. And once divorce enters the picture, the legal foundation around Phoebe gets shaky real fast. Because suddenly, Chase and Brooklyn are no longer this united, stable household. The image is broken. The marriage is broken. And if Ethan is the biological father, that opens a massive door for him legally. Honestly, I think Ethan's been watching all of this happen from the sidelines, quiet, calculating, not in a manipulative way, but in a painful way. Like a man realizing the people he trusted with his daughter are falling apart. And that's only the beginning. The second reason things spiral is Brooklyn's own secret. The hit and run situation. This story has danger written all over it. Brooklyn already knows if that truth comes out publicly, her entire life changes overnight. There could be charges, public scandal, questions about her judgment, questions about whether she's fit to keep custody of Phoebe. And let's be honest here. General Hospital loves stacking disasters on top of each other. So imagine this timeline for a second. Brooklyn finds out about Chase and Willow. Marriage destroyed. Emotions exploding. Then, suddenly, the hit and run secret surfaces too. At that point, everything around Phoebe becomes unstable. Courts would absolutely take another look at custody arrangements. And Ethan would finally have his opening. Not because he wanted to hurt Brooklyn, but because he believes Phoebe belongs with him. That's the vibe I keep getting from this entire setup. The crazy part is, I think Ethan still appreciates what Brooklyn and Chase tried to do. I really do. They gave Phoebe safety when Ethan couldn't. That matters. But this could become one of those soap situations where gratitude gets crushed by circumstance, because once the legal chaos starts, emotions won't matter anymore. Only biology, only stability, only survival. And somehow this story gets even messier once Molly gets pulled into it. Guys, Molly's entire world could be about to implode too. Her relationship with Cody already feels shaky, and now this kidnapping cover-up situation connected to Rick is hanging over everything. Cody helped cover for the people who kidnapped Rick. That alone is unforgivable in Molly's eyes, especially because Rick is her father. And if Cody stayed silent despite knowing the truth, I don't see Molly getting past that at all. This could absolutely end their relationship. And the timing matters because Ethan might become the one person who actually understands Molly's pain. That's where things start getting really interesting. We all remember Ethan had history with Christina. There was chemistry there. There were unresolved feelings. But now, I honestly think that door may slam shut permanently, because there's a strong chance Molly goes nuclear against Alexis, Ava, and Christina. And honestly, can you blame her? Imagine learning your own mother and your own sister were connected to kidnapping your father. Molly has always tried to be rational, controlled, morally grounded. But betrayal changes people, especially family betrayal. This could mean Molly finally snaps. And if she decides to press charges or fully cooperate against Alexis, Ava, and Christina, the entire Davis family explodes from within. That would completely destroy any possible reconciliation between Ethan and Christina too. Because how does Ethan rebuild something with Christina while Molly is actively putting Christina behind bars? It doesn't work. The emotional damage would be too deep. And that's where I think General Hospital is secretly repositioning Ethan and Molly toward each other. Not instantly, not romantically, overnight, but emotionally first. Two lonely people. Two damaged people. Two people losing the relationships they thought defined their futures. And then suddenly, there's Phoebe. This little girl becomes the center of everything. Because here's what makes this theory feel so believable to me. Molly has always wanted a child. That pain never really left her story. The inability to have children changed her emotionally in ways the show keeps circling back to. So if Ethan steps forward and says he wants to raise Phoebe himself, what happens next? What if Molly offers the help? Not out of pity, not out of obligation, but because Phoebe fills a space in Molly's heart that's been empty for years. That changes everything. Suddenly, Ethan isn't raising Phoebe alone anymore. Suddenly, Molly has purpose again, family again, hope again. And honestly, I can absolutely see the writers building emotional intimacy through parenting, late night baby moments, shared exhaustion, protecting Phoebe together while the rest of Port Charles burns around them. That's how soap romances are born. Not from passion first, from emotional survival. And if Ethan and Molly start bonding through Phoebe, there's a very real chance this relationship escalates fast. Like shockingly fast, engagement level fast, marriage level fast. Especially if both of them feel abandoned by the people they once trusted. That's why this storyline feels bigger than people realize. This isn't just about a custody fight. It's about replacement. Replacement families, replacement love stories, replacement futures. Chase could lose Brooklyn. Brooklyn could lose Phoebe. Christina could lose Ethan. Cody could lose Molly. And in the middle of all that destruction, Ethan and Molly might accidentally build something completely new together. That's the twist I don't think viewers are fully prepared for yet. Because if Phoebe really is Ethan's daughter, then this entire story suddenly recontextualizes every emotional beat we've seen from him since returning. Every stare, every hesitation, every moment of pain, it all means something different. And now I keep wondering one thing. What happens when Phoebe eventually learns the truth too? Because if Ethan really is her father, then the moment he decides to fight for her could change every single relationship in Port Charles forever.